start today's session. And in today's lesson, I will be discussing with you what is the quality of population and how the quality of population is increased. Earlier, I have already told you that human being become a capital. Human being become a capital just like a physical capital. Human being also, when you invest in human being gives you return. But how to improve the quality of population, how to improve the quality of human being. You must have heard that Japanese are so smart. The people of Japan are so smart. You must have heard, है ना? And if I compare, if I just ask you to compare people from Japan with people of India, if you if I ask you to compare the quality of people of India with quality of people of Japan, what are your opinions about that? Japanese are more qualitative or Indians are?
So of course, Indians are Japanese. Most of them, like a majority of them, according to their population, is like better or educated. You can say that because the population is less and the government is able to afford education for everyone. So as a country, they are more educated and they have a better mindset. But in India, there are also a lot of people who are well educated and they have like reached
All
high
are all
points.
are, I am
But they
not.
are not in India currently. They have gone to foreign countries
See,
and
see,
like
see,
earned
see.
their name for their countries.
Okay, okay, okay. You are saying you are mixing both the things. At the one stage, you are saying that Japanese are more educated, they are more productive. In India, some
Yeah,
are.
but for Japanese, if we take them as a country, India, majority of us are
What
not
I'm
well
saying, what I'm
educated.
saying, what I'm saying, what I'm my question was that the quality of population. No, I'm not saying about the emotions of people or how much they like the country. I'm not asking. The quality of means quality means in terms of their education, in terms of their skill, in terms of skill. Uh, for example, I take for example, I say actually you are much better quality than me in terms of personality, in terms of emotions, everything. But at present, what's your education? You're studying in class
Ninth.
ninth, and
Science.
I am trained graduate. So I am trained graduate. So here, when I compare the quality here, so I am more valuable at present. At present, I am more valuable, but I am trying to make you more valuable than me. One day you will become a doctor, and then you will be a more valuable than me. Both are valuable. I am also valuable. You are also valuable at present. But in terms of quality, when you become a doctor, your quality will be much more than a quality of a teacher. Or I'm not saying teacher is a poor quality. Teacher teacher is the person who produces doctors. But if you become engineer, if you become doctor, if you become NASA scientist, what will happen? Quality increase. So I'm asking about that quality. We'll compare it. Had I asked the question in another manner, whether the people of Japan are much qualitative or Pakistani, your answer could have been simply Japanese. So I'm why I'm saying it is not a number. Yesterday I also told you it is not only a number. It is not a number that determines the quality. It is that means it's not a number which actually we look for when we see the people. It is the quality. So today we are here to improve the quality. India with 100 more than 130 crore people, if all gets educated, if all gets trained, if all get skilled, see what miracle we will do. Just imagine what miracle we will do. We are still not 100% skilled, not 100% educated, not 100% healthy, but still we are one of the largest growing economy. But if all of us, if we find that literacy rate of India is 100%, everybody has skilled. Some are, just like a new education policy has given us opportunity that you student be starting coding at the age of even 10 years. And if you all become a coder, if you all become if all start developing a software, what will happen? We'll do miracles. If we start giving you vocational training in schools, what will happen? That means we are going to change the entire world within few years, because everybody will be skilled. Everybody will skill. And what we'll do when we produce something, and there are so many countries which will require those things at a cheaper rate. So that's what I'm saying. We are we are here to study about quality of population. So now see, there are two things which adds to your quality. A cloth, a better cloth, a better um, cosmetics does not add to your quality. A good haircut does not add to your quality. What adds to your quality? Your education and your health.
And
Okay, if you are dressed like a Salman Khan, Amitabh Bachchan, and Shah Rukh Khan, but you are not educated and you are not healthy, you will not be called as a quality Shah Rukh Khan. Yeah, Shah Rukh Khan is educated, is skilled. He may not be MBBS or graduate, but he is skilled. He is graduate. Sorry, he is graduate, but he is skilled. And health wise, you all know is good. So health and education adds to the quality of people. You have seen many beggars in the street begging. They are also good people. They are also very valuable people. They do have life. God has given them life, just like we got the life. But what about the quality? Their health is not good. Their skill is not good. They're not educated. That's why we compare them poor people. Otherwise, we could have called them not poor. So quality is, let us go for quality. So children, today I have shown you video. These are the videos actually, uh, steps taken by the government to improve the health and to improve education. Like it was an ad from Ayushman Bharat, and then we had Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, all those, many more. I made you busy by showing the video. Now, what is the importance of education? Yes, you are all getting educated. You are all getting education. What is the importance? How education is important for you? Yes, reply. Nobody.
so for getting better jobs.
For getting better jobs. Only jobs.
Sir, employment.
Only employment.
Uh,
You are studying for only employment.
So we get part of
Sir, it makes
society.
us aware.
It makes you aware. Okay.
So we
sir, it
develop
increases
mind.
the national income.
It increase the income. Yes, beta. Why is the voice is not clear? Repeat.
Sir,
Sir, it
it
helps us.
So when we grow up, we can make our own livelihood and
Livelihood.
sustain.
So okay. So you all
sir,
feel that you are getting educated so that you can get a good job and earn livelihood. Okay. And if you don't get educated, you will not earn your livelihood.
yes, sir.
If you don't get
So
educated,
we can.
you can. Na? So it is only education which it is not only education which earns your livelihood. Okay. So what it does education, what it does. See, first of all, it opens up new horizon. It opens up new horizon. What is horizon? What is horizon? Do you know that? Horizon is one thing which you can never catch. Which you can never catch. You know, have you seen Earth meeting sky? Have you seen a place where Earth meets sky? Have you seen that?
Yes, so there seems a boundary that the sky is touching the
But do
earth.
they meet?
No.
So no, you at from your roof now. In the after the class, you go to your roof and look at the horizon and ask your papa to have a ride and take you to the horizon. What will happen?
Sir, they can't take us.
Horizon will shift further. Horizon will shift further. So when you get educated, beta, a new horizon opens for you. Now at present, you are all students of class ninth. At ninth, you have limited chances of getting anything, any, like what you are asking, like new jobs, or what you can do with this meager ninth class education. Nothing. You can open a shop only. You can become a businessman. But after getting class 10th, then after doing class 12th, when you become 12th, you will open a new horizon. Now you can become a clerk. You can become a stenographer. You can become a receptionist. But if you go further and study, you get graduate, then you become a bank manager. And if you further study, become a PG, then you become a college lecturer. And if you further study, and you become a PhD, you become your research scholar. Similarly, if you diverge, you get education and you become you take admission in engineering college, there's a new horizon. If you take admission in an MBBS college, it opens a new horizon. So more you get educated, more chances, more horizons for your career will be open.
Sir,
And
it also increase the national income.
that I will come and discuss with you. See, I am saying it is not only providing you the employment, children. It is doing many things like new aspirations, develop values in life. Aspirations. Different aspirations are there. Man is restless creature. He's a restless creature. He never take rest. He has always has a new dream. And more you get educated, you get more dreams, more aspirations, and it develops the value in your life. Your life become a valuable. So an educated person is more valuable than an uneducated person. A person with education, with skill, is more valuable. So if you become educated, if you study your class 10th, 12th, you do your graduations in engineering or in medical sciences or in your any kinds of subject, any field, it adds a value to your life. Okay, otherwise your life will be valueless. Not only education helps you, it contributes the growth of the society. Growth of society. So just like I told you, uh, that girl earlier, which was saying Japan and about Japan and India, you know, the society of America, society of Japan, society of um, even uh, Britain, Australia, that is a different. It is little different than society of Zimbabwe, society of Ghana, society of even some parts of India. They're different. When you get educated, get educated, it grows. The society grows. All of you know that society does matter. And if you just go to some uh, educated society, you will see a difference. Educated people add to society. Now, how they add to society again? They may construct some bridges, they may construct some tunnels, they may build some dam, good roads. There's maybe a good hospitals, and even good hospitals, good schools. It is part of society. So education contributes towards the growth of the society. And at the last, which you are asking, which you were saying, that national income, your income is also national income. When you earn, it is not only you earn, your earning becomes the earning of the government also. So it enhances the national income, it contributes to the income of the country. Plus it increases the cultural richness. Culture become more rich. And most important, efficiency of governance. When you get educated, even the government become more efficient. you know Only educated society has educated societies have good government. Uneducated society does not have a good government. You have studied Russian Revolution, you have studied French Revolution. When people were uneducated, what were they doing? Simply obeying their masters. But the moment the people started getting educated, they changed the government. So education increases the efficiency of the government. Is that clear? Importance of education. Yes, is that
Yes,
clear to
sir.
you? Children,
Yes, sir.
now next time when I ask you what is the importance of education, don't tell me we get education only to get jobs. Job may be one aspect, one of the importance, but there are so many other importance. It opens a new horizon, provides new aspirations, developed values in life, contributes towards the growth of the society, enhances national income, enhances cultural richness, and increases the efficiency of the governance. One more point you can add, which is I have not written here. It adds to the productivity. Your work capacity is increased. You become a good worker. Like, suppose you are a mechanic. If you are a mechanic, but you are not a skilled mechanic, You have not done your mechanical engineering. You have learned mechanic because your father used to do. And when you are a skilled mechanic, what will happen? A skilled mechanic will be more efficient, will be more productive than an unskilled mechanic. I can stitch some clothes. I can take machine and I can stitch some clothes. Um, I can stitch my shirts, but I'm not trained tailor. I'm not taken in training, but I can still take cloth, cut it, and just um, stitch it. But when I get skilled in stitching from IIT, sorry, from ITI, sorry, from ITI, or from any fashion designing college, what will happen? It will increase my productivity. So education increases the productivity of the person. It makes him more productive. That is the education. So that was the importance of education. The children, definitely education is not that thing which you can get without any effort. Education is a very because you need schools. You need schools, colleges. You don't open your own college. Your father does not allow you, does not open college for you. He will not say, okay, beta, you are now you want to do engineering. I'm opening engineering college. You do not get it. No schools are opened by our parents. Even nobody opens schools to provide education without profit, and that's why government has to take some steps. And the government of India has taken many steps to improve the education quality in India. Now, the first you can see, the first provision which government of India has made, that it made it, the provision was made for providing universal access. Universal access means everybody, everybody will be able to get education with respect of irrespective of caste, creed, color, gender. You know, government has made education compulsory and universal. So, in the earlier days, in the olden days, only Brahman used to learn Vedas and Purans, whereas Kshatriya used to learn only the art of fighting. You know that. And at that time, the the outcasts were not allowed to access education. You know the story of Eklavya and you know the story of Karan also. But now government has made it compulsory and universal for everybody to access education. Second step government has done, that is retention. Retention means students take admission, but they leave education in between. You all are student of a army school, and that's why you will complete your education. But if you go to remote areas, if you go to the village parts, go to tribal areas, students take admission in schools, and then they leave the schools in between. Yesterday news, there was a news yesterday, our honorable DC, Mr. Pingla Saab, has has given the readmission to many dropouts, and I have seen the photographs. There were some old people. So retention, coming back to school. Government has started a program like coming back to school. So old people are starting coming back to school. Government has made retentions provision to retain students. Quality of education, especially in elementary schools and especially for girls. So special education emphasis are given to special education emphasis given to girls. Now you know, beta. Yes, every big schools are there in Delhi, Mumbai. You must have seen. Can you name some good private school? Good private schools? Yes, beta. I'm audible to you. You're not replying. Okay, give me the name
Yes,
of
sir.
give me examples, some names which you feel they provide quality education. One is army school.
Sir,
One is army school. I'm telling, which provide quality education. Give me name some of other schools.
sir, schools.
Yeah, which provides
Or
quality education.
Delhi public school.
Delhi Public School. Good. Any more name? Any more name, beta? GD Goenka, okay, Birla schools. There are many schools, many private schools. But you know that when you go to remote part of India, remotest part of India, you will not find very big private schools. You will not see the branches of big private schools in remote part of India. It's far flung because the poor students will not be able to afford the fees the private school charge. Then what to do? Government has established schools like Kendriya Vidyalaya or Navodaya Vidyalayas. Now, Navodaya Vidyalayas, every district has one Navodaya Vidyalayas, and especially in the remote area. We do have Navodaya Vidyalaya in Udhampur, in Jaganu, and you know that Jaganu is on the way of Ramnagar, which is a remote area. All good schools you can find in Udhampur city. You can find all good school in very good schools, reputed schools in Udhampur district, and that again within the within some radius of 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer area. You will find it in cities in Udhampur city. Whereas when you go to village like Jaganu or you go to Ramnagar, you go to even Krimchi Mansar, if you go to Patti Bangara, you will not find those good private schools. So what happens? Government takes initiative and government establishes schools like Navodaya Vidyalaya in each district. Navodaya Vidyalaya is found in Kargil also, Leh also, Kishtawar also. You know, you can find them in Doda also. Remote areas, every district. And Navodaya Vidyalaya caters the need of the village people because even village people are so skilled. Then, beta, government has taken a step and vocational streams have been developed to equip large number of high school students with occupational related knowledge and skill. Dear children, basically what are your subjects? Your subjects are English, Hindi, Math, Science, and SST, which you don't like. SST, do you like SST?
Yes, sir.
Most of students say, oh, we don't like SST because most of students aim to become doctor, engineer, software engineer. So, but you also have an interest in coding. The children, I know that many students are interested in coding, developing some software. Are you not? You want to become hackers? Do you want to become hackers? Do you want to create your own games like PUBG and Free Fire?
Yes, sir.
At present, you are playing PUBG and Free Fire made by somebody else. But do you want to make your own PUBG? So, you want code, you need coding.
Yes.
You need to learn coding for that. Children, similarly, you can learn courses like carpentry, like fashion designing. You can develop a musical skills. You can also learn the art of plumber or maybe a tailor. So, all those things you can learn. So government has also started vocational streams in many high schools. Here students opt for other opting for SST. They opt for electrician. They opt for fashion designing. Children, government has taken a lot of steps. It was outlay plan outlay of education has increased from rupees 150 crore from first plan to 3,766.90 crore in 11th plan. See, in the first 5 year plan, when India got independence and the first 5 year plan was there, only 151 crore rupees was laid for the education in budget. But in the 11th plan, it was 3,766.90 crore. So, lot of money has been spent on education. You can see here. So this is government has done. And what is the result? The result was outstanding result. Outstanding result. Here you can see this is a male, female, and person. In 1951, you can see only 30 literacy rate was only 30%. 30% people of India were educated at when we got independence. 70% people were illiterate, uneducated, not able to read and write. And women only 10%. 90% women were uneducated and illiterate. So that was a pathetic situation. Lot of ignorance, illiteracy, lack of knowledge at a time. And it's with every year, every 10 year, you see, every 10 year after every census, you have seen that data has increased In 61, we reached for 41, 42%. Even the women education improved. In 71, it was under 50. And then you can see kept on increasing, kept on increasing. And you see here, at present, at present, literacy rate is above 75, where more than 80% male are educated, and very good to see here that more than 65% women are also educated. Still, we have still we have nearly 25% people in India who are not able to read and write, and more than 35% women were not literate. But see the condition, how the condition has improved. And because beta, this was a figure of 2011, the survey was from 2012. If you take new census data, that is 2021, which is going to be coming next year, due to corona, we are not able to conduct census operations nowadays, but otherwise it could have been conducted still now. But in 2021 we'll have a new census data, and you can see this education will have improved a lot, and one day it will reach 100%. When we will have 100% literate people in India, with 100% male literate, 100% women literate, then we will say that we are better than Japan. Then we will say better than Japan. Let us check out what is the literacy rate of Japan. So make it clear, make a research. 99%. It is 99% in 2018. Children, surprised or not? So in Japan, 99% are people are literate. So it is it is outstanding, beta, outstanding. You know, a very few people you will find, and I think that maybe the people belonging to the age group of below 7 year maybe, and that's why it is saying. So that was that's why I asked you the which out of Japan or India, quality of education is better in Japan. Now we move on to health. See again, health of a person helps him to realize his potential and ability to fight illness. If you're healthy, you can fight illness. You all know that. All those people who are healthy, they are able to fight corona. Not everyone is dying with corona. All those people who have a good immune system are able to fight corona. You know na? Do you know that? Because when you're healthy,
Yes, sir.
when you're healthy, when
Yes,
you're
sir.
healthy, you are able to fight illness. Plus, when you're not ill, when you're not feeling ill, you are able to realize your potential. So, if you're not ill, whatever ability you have in you, you will be able to realize that potential. You know, an unhealthy person becomes a liability for an organization indeed. If a person is unhealthy, his health is not good, he often suffers from diseases, he becomes a liability for an institution, the where he work. You all know about that. Nobody will like a handicapped or a person who takes so many leaves because of his health condition. So if you are healthy, you become a asset. If you are unhealthy, you become a liability. Even it is a very important part because it's your own wellness. It realizes your own wellness. You When you become healthy, definitely your life is you can enjoy your life. It again improves your potential to work. It again improves your productivity. Healthy people, healthy labor, healthy workforce is more productive than unhealthy. Children over the last 5 decades, you know that 10 years, 50 years, over last 50 years, India has built up a vast health infrastructure and developed manpower required at primary, secondary, and tertiary sector in government as well as in the private sector. Children, over the past few decades, for the past 50 years, India has developed vast health structure. Vast health structure means we have developed so many hospitals. You know, we provide one of the world's best hospital facilities nowadays. We have AIMS. You all know about AIMS. What is AIMS? What is AIMS?
All India Institute of Medical Science.
Medical sciences. And you know that in that AIMS we do a lot of research. It's the biggest hospital India has. Plus, you know, we have hospitals like Apollo. We have hospitals like Fortis. Can you name any or more hospitals? Can you name hospitals?
Leelavati Hospital.
Leelavati Hospital, you know, all the Bollywood stars get admitted there and get treated. Okay, and many more. You have so many hospitals. You have DMC. You have CNC Chandigarh. You have even army hospitals. You know, doctors in army, they're so skilled. So we have developed a very vast health infrastructure. Many hospitals are coming in Jammu Kashmir. Many degree colleges, medical colleges are getting established in Jammu Kashmir, in Udhampur, in Doda, in Kishtwar. We are also having AIMS in Jammu. So you know we have developed vast health infrastructure, and at present the Corona crisis, the Corona pandemic has also made us think to develop health structure first. So we are able to although you know population of India is so high, although we have a lot of cases, but you can see the rate of mortality in India. We're able to control it. Control it. You know, in the earlier time when Corona outbroke, we used to hear a lot of deaths daily on the basis in other countries. But in India, you see, you do find a lot of people suffering from Corona because Indian government is testing them. But you see that the number of deaths is so low because we have built up a vast infrastructure. Still we lacking. Still we are lacking. Still we need to improve a lot, and that's why we are giving you education. A lot of medical colleges have been even started now. Children, because India provides the world's best health structure. You must have seen a movie called Bajrangi Bhaijaan.
Yes, sir.
You know, a Pakistani girl. Her name was
Munni.
Munni Gudi. Munni. So yeah, Munni, who was not able to speak, her parents brought her to India for treatment. You know, a girl from Pakistan had a heart surgery in India when she wrote on Facebook to Sushma Swaraj, our late and ex-foreign minister. So Sushma Swaraj, our beloved leader, health minister, she gave the permission to Pakistan, and that girl was treated. So we are treating world. We are providing world's best health infrastructure, and many people are coming for uh, come to India for this health checkup, for treatment, because India also provides cheap health checkup, cheap health facilities. Okay, so health tourism is also there. Now with the effort, when we take such effort, definitely what will happen? Good results will come. Now you know, in India, the life expectancy has increased to more than 65 years. Now, average life of people is more than 65 years. And then infant mortality rate has the children of age less than 1 year have deaths of the children of age less than 1 year have come down. It was 147 in 1951. Now it is 47. I again repeat, in 1951, 147 out of 1,000 newly born baby used to die. But in 2010, only rate came down to 47 children, infants, sorry, per 1,000 newly born babies. So we are able to bring down the infant mortality rate. Then you know, crude birth rate has also dropped. Means the birth rate has dropped because India was suffering from high birth rate. Now it has dropped because of medical facilities, and death rate also has come down to 7% only. 7%, sorry, 7% per 1,000. You know that you might be finding a difficulty to understand what is CBDR, crude birth rate, death rate. Well, I will discuss it. And because the life is increasing, the life expectancy is increasing, the average age of the people is increasing, and there is a child care which is very good. If you live long and there is a child care, definitely it is good for the country's progress. And it also indicates the good quality of life marked by self-confidence. Children, uh, what we do, protection of children from infectious disease and giving them proper nutrition. Children, term first term was infant mortality rate, which is the death rate of a child under 1 year of age. you know a child under 1 year of age is so, his life is so at a risk. So we are able to bring down the death of that kind of child. Then birth rate, that number of babies born for every 1000 people during a particular period of time. And then death rate is again the number of deaths per 1000 people who die during a particular year. So these are the terms. I hope, children, you understood the chapter today. Any problem, do share with me. So that brings to the end of the class. If anything you want to ask, you can write and ask me anytime. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.